All right. So I'm a Virgo. I love data. I love spreadsheets. I love like all of those types of things. So we're going to start with some data. Over the years, I have found that designers typically attribute their inability to scale to three different things. And I like to call them like containers. So designers are putting themselves into these three containers based off of what they think is keeping them or standing in their way from scaling their business, getting to consistent 10K or whatever like you're wanting to get to. What is it that you think is holding you back? So what I have found, these are the perceived pitfalls. I put them into three containers. The number one container that designers are attributing to their inability to scale is marketing. They are struggling with marketing. They are having a hard time creating content. They are struggling with finding clients. Like I hear that so much. I just need to find clients. And then also consistency, being consistent in your marketing, in your content, in clients, in income, all of that. So let me know, like, do you put yourself, does this resonate? Are you in container number one? Next we have container number two. In this container, designers are saying time is the reason that they're unable. Okay, I see y'all, 100% container one. Okay, so time, there's never any time to do all the things. I'm disorganized. My clients are like driving me crazy with their demands, or they don't feel like they have the skill or the experience to charge what they need to in order to scale their business. So if you are in container number two, okay, I see you, Autumn, in number two. You're not alone there, okay? Now, the last container is that confidence, imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and comparisonitis. Really, this should be number one, but you know, we don't like to say these kinds of things about ourselves, but a lot of people definitely attribute them not being able to grow, hit their numbers to that lack of confidence, self-doubt, those types of things, looking at what other people are doing. So that is container number three. So we talked about those containers. We're about to dive all the way into them. So I want to just kind of point out, like, when it comes to those containers, we have put ourselves into this containing space, saying, I can't, like, you can't move out of a container, right? And we're choosing to put ourselves into those containers, and letting that be the thing that is stunting the growth in our business, right? So we have to shift the way that we think about the limiting beliefs, or we think about the limitations that we are placing on ourselves. Those are limiting beliefs, okay? And I know for me, like as a self-taught designer, I had a lot. I had a lot, but I do want to talk about the three major shifts that I had to make in order to scale my business. And so it's all based around these three containers. So, you know, you already identified which ones are holding you back. So we're going to talk about what the actual cause is, because like I said, these are just symptoms. Marketing, content, like those are just things. And there's an underlying reason why that is an issue. Okay. So I want to touch on my framework. And so the way I'm going to break down the symptom versus the cause is by telling you how you can fix it, what the missing piece is. So let's break this down. So we have in container one, marketing. I don't know how to get in front of the right people. It takes me forever to create content, finding the right clients, all of that good stuff. So you can see over here, I have my freedom framework. I have highlighted messaging, right? So that is super, super, super important. Your marketing is not going to work if you don't know who you're talking to, and you don't know what problem you're solving, and you don't know how to solve the problem, you don't know where they're at, you don't know where they're trying to go, you are absolutely not going to be able to solve their problem. Okay. So at the top, I have circled sell, because that's so the marketing piece is actually the last thing you do in your business, because if you start at the top, like I want you to think, like those spinny tops. Actually, I have it right here. So when you start at selling and you start at marketing, you've missed so many pieces, right? And I know like you guys are brand designers here. And you tell your clients, I'm sure, like you can't build your business on a shaky foundation. Yet when we start with marketing, that's exactly what we're doing, because we're not getting clear. We're not sure the who, the what, the why, the how, but yet we're trying to provide a solution by selling. And it's so interesting because when you really hone in on that messaging piece, you're able to implement the sales psychology, which is the thing that allows you to immediately grab the attention of the right people, because you know how to speak their language. You know what they're thinking. You know how they're thinking it, the way that they're phrasing things. You're literally getting in their head, and your messaging is a complete reflection of that, okay? And it's so interesting. I see this all the time. People will, like, they're organic, so they'll post on their social and they get crickets, like there's no response, and they're like, oh, I'm just going to put some money to it, do some Facebook ads, and that'll fix the problem. But bad messaging is bad messaging. And if it doesn't convert organically, it is not going to convert because you put some money behind it, right? So the key to you having effective marketing and to being able to create really good content and find clients, and really your clients will find you when your messaging is on point. And when you have this clear, concise messaging, everything becomes easy, and consistency is just a natural like next thing. Okay, so we have to we can't be in this unstable position, like this thing is going to topple over, right? So we have to get super clear on the messaging. So instead, that's what you want to focus on. So when you can focus on who you are serving and how they need you to show up for them, and this isn't what, like, you don't want to assume because we don't know. I definitely made that mistake. Like, we think we know, but we don't know. And we have to talk to people. We have to build relationships and create connections so that we can truly understand where people are and how they need us to show up for them. And when you can do this, posting is easy, marketing is easy, creating content is easy, and you don't have to spend hours on these things. And so you begin to get your time back, right? And you don't have to wonder like where your next client is coming from, because they find you. I know it sounds kind of like, okay, so all I have to do is get messaging and people find me. It really is that simple. Next, connections. Like I said, build connections. Relationships is what business is all about. Successful businesses are all about. And when you create connections, it allows you to be consistent, because you realize, like, when you're not consistent in your business, you are doing yourself a disservice because you're not growing your business, and you're doing the people who are searching, like, you're doing them a disservice. The people who are searching for you, they need what you have to offer. And when you are not consistent, they can't find you, and you can't help them, and they absolutely need your help. Okay, so instead of focusing on, oh, I got to learn the marketing, I need to I got to create some new content, I got to post every day, 3 times a day, let me go provide some value in Facebook groups to find clients, that's a waste of time if you don't know what your messaging is and who it is that you're serving, because those Facebook groups, your people probably aren't even in there. Okay. I want to share. So this is a direct result of having all of the pieces of the framework and knowing how to have messaging that speaks specifically to that ideal client who loves everything about you. So Jasmine said, woo, same day deposits hit different when it's at your higher price point with your new strategy, an ideal client, a clear, confident process. And she says it's not even about the money, okay? The confidence that she had on her call fired her up. And the fact that the client said, she trusts me and is ready for the journey. She was like, I want to cry. So it's not just about raising your prices. It's not just about a process. It literally is all of the things collectively. It's an ecosystem that allows you to do the things that you actually want to do, which is close the clients, get more clients, charge more, all the things, right? So let's move on to container number 2. So this is, I don't have time, whether it's I don't have time to finish a project or I don't have time to spend with my family. I'm not organized. I don't know what tools to use, or I have stuff everywhere and my clients are out of control. They're demanding everything right now and I already don't have any time. And maybe it's that skill set that you don't feel like you have the skill or the experience to charge more or to get better clients or to do what you need to do in order to grow and scale your business. So the issue here when it comes to the freedom framework is the process, right? Like Google already told us that is the key to scaling your business. I have a more holistic approach than just what Google is talking about, but I absolutely agree. The process is the process is the process is the process. And it is the thing that is going to help you get results in your business time and time and time and time again, okay? So the power of the process is creating a way for you to get repeatable results. So your process is the way that you take your client on this journey from point A all the way to point Z. And you know everything that needs to happen every single step of the way, right? And because you know everything that needs to happen, you actually are going to get faster at your process, which means when you get faster, you actually make more money because you're spending less time. So even if you don't raise your rates and you just create a process and you get faster, technically you make more money, okay? Having a process also allows you to perfect your skill and to hone in on your expertise. What is the thing, what is it the way that you do? The way you do what you do that gets you these very specific results. And we're going to touch a little bit more on that in the next container. But the process really is that core thing that creates a shift in your entire business. But this is the thing that most designers, they do avoid it because it's not sexy. It can stress you out. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And the thing is, we don't want to slow down. And you have to slow down in order to do the process. But I do want to point out a really important note here, okay? So while systems and automations are absolutely an integral part of your business, they are not a replacement for human connection, understanding, support, and guidance, okay? I hear so many people, and I'm saying people because this is entrepreneurs across the board. They're like, I just want to automate everything and I don't want to have to talk to anybody and you don't want to talk to nobody. Okay, so why don't you drop ship or something? Because providing a service, it requires a relationship, a knowing, an ability to help them solve their problem. And so the way I teach process is we incorporate a lot of hands-on, but it's in a way that allows you to save time on the back end, okay? So I don't want you to think that because the process is the key to scaling your business, that it will replace you having any contact with your client. Okay, you have to remember those premium clients, they want an experience. And while, systems and automations can help you create a great experience, the true experience is going to come from you, okay? We're not like, we don't want to replace ourselves with a robot in our business. If you do, then you're going to have a hard time charging like premium rates for that, okay? Because that's what they want with a premium rate. I'm paying you for this experience, for the process, for the results, for the clarity, remember, It ain't about the brand, and it ain't about the logo, and it's not about the website. They don't care about those things. They care about the result that they're going to get, and the system can't get them the result. That is by way of you, okay? So the process, I love me a good process, okay? But you gotta slow down, speed up. Now, I want you to meet Crystal. She was so excited. We had a coaching call, and I walked her through a strategy on how to handle this new offering that she was providing a long-time client that she worked with a long time ago. So she had to reestablish like her expertise and like a 5x price increase. And so after the call, Crystal posted in our community, she was like, just got off my kickoff call and it was amazing. For the very first time ever in her business, she felt 100% in control of the project from jump. Okay. And Crystal had been in business for over 6 years now. And this is the first time she ever felt 100% in control of a project. She only had a quick 20-minute conversation. The client listened, was grateful for the structure. See, our clients desire structure as well. Remember, they're like little kids, little toddlers. We got to give them structure and boundaries and consequences. And Crystal says, I feel so light, I could cry and happy dance. Thank you, Amber, for the structure. And then also I helped her really just map out how to create boundaries in the entire process. So we are on to number 3, which I think should be number 1, but I'm going to go off the data, okay? Confidence. Lack of confidence, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, comparing yourself to others, mindset. Oh, Lord, you see, we at the bottom. We're almost at the very bottom layer in this freedom framework, because if you just start selling stuff, you're like, you haven't positioned your offer, you don't know why people should choose you, you're gonna have a hard time selling it. If you don't know what your secret sauce is, what you can leverage, you're gonna have a hard time creating packages. If you don't know the very special and unique way that you work as a result of your past experiences, you're gonna have a hard time creating a process that is specific to you and your results. And your messaging, like everything is completely dictated by your internal, right? Like I am a huge believer in law of attraction. Like your internal is a complete reflection of your external, right? So if you are feeling like you can't charge a lot, you're going to get clients who don't want to pay a lot, because that's the energy that you're putting out. So we really have to do some internal work. We have to look at what makes us special. Why should someone choose me? Why do people choose me? And leveraging your expertise, okay? Everyone has expertise. I break that all the way down with my students, the strategies that I teach them, how to leverage their expertise. So for example, I have a degree in animal science. Has absolutely nothing to do with brand and web design, yet I'm able to use my past experiences and the background that I have to sell my creative services. It's all about the way that I position it, okay? It is my unique approach. The thing that is, like, you can't get the way I think from anyone else. And I know as self-taught designers, especially, we like to let that hold us back. We like to let that be the thing that's like, oh, well, I can't charge more, or I can't call myself an expert because I'm self-taught. I teach my students how to actually be like, leverage that expertise that they do possess, even if they learned from YouTube, just like me, even if they didn't go to design school, because that doesn't matter. And clients aren't asking, so did you go to design school? They don't care. They care about the result. So remember, you're not selling the design, you're selling the result, okay? So when it comes to positioning, you absolutely, every single one of you has something so special to offer that is completely unique to you. And positioning allows you to leverage your uniqueness in a way that, like, you can't get it anywhere else. Like, people have to come to you to get this thing that you offer. And that is going to be the reason that people are excited to work with you. Like that's our magic. That's our secret sauce. That is, that's key right there, is really embracing your uniqueness and who you are, and being able to pull out and extract what makes you special. And a lot of my students do struggle with that, but I have exercise and I walk them through, and I'm able to pull out things that they're like, I had no idea. Like that was so, I just thought like we downplay our own, like the things that we're really good at, like, oh, that's nothing, I do that every day. But from an outsider looking in, it's like, wow, that is so amazing. And we have to leverage it. We have to identify it and leverage it. Okay. So this is the key. So the key is to get super clear on why. I stop speaking so loudly to you. Listen, because I know exactly where every one of you are. Okay, messaging. See, I'm speaking your language because I know. All right. This is the key to getting super clear. Like you have to get super clear on why you are the best choice for your most perfect client. So we got to stop looking at what other people are doing, how other people are doing things, what other people are charging. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter, because when you leverage your expertise and you position yourself and you occupy a lane in a space that no one else can even touch, doesn't matter how much you charge, the right people will pay you whatever you're asking happily, because you got everything else. Remember, we're low. So we're really low down here on this framework. Because you have positioning, you're able to back it up with everything else. But this is literally the foundation, the cement that holds everything into place. Okay. So when you guys are talking to your clients about that solid foundation, this is what it is. Are you teaching your clients how to position themselves in this, like at this level? And then I want to ask you, like, if you don't know why you're the perfect choice for your clients, how will your potential clients know? And that, like, I want you to like really get super real right now. And if you're like, I have no idea why people should choose me, and then I want you to ask yourself, are you struggling to find people to choose you? And I can guarantee you they're yes, because if you don't know, how the hell will they know? Okay. Okay. Yes. Tanya, I hear you. Listen, 10 years, I struggled with this. All right, so I want you to meet Caitlin. She's one of my students. We have a one-on-one onboarding call when you join me inside of my program. But Caitlin and I had our kickoff call, and she shared what she was able to achieve. Or she shared some things with me on our call, and I was like, girl, you better post that. So anyways, Caitlin says that she has been working on her mindset daily to move through her limiting beliefs with the DTP modules, as well as her own every morning with journaling and meditation. And she said, earlier this week, I signed on a client for a 4K brand and web design project, which is the highest I have ever charged. And she recently quoted a project for 5K. Just for reference, in 2020, she charged $1,200 for brand and web design. And I will say she struggled to sell that. Last year, she would have never believed that this was possible, but by doing the inner work, DTP has been working for her. So remember, law of attraction, whatever you believe internally will be what you receive externally. No, it sounds a little woo-woo, but it works. Okay. Got your associates in 2001, haven't looked at design until, okay. So you have a degree in design. Listen, you can leverage that too. Okay. There is nothing too big or too small that you cannot leverage in your business. Would love to hear, what container have you placed yourself in? And I know that is not uncommon to find yourself in all of them. I'm going to talk a little bit about where I was in these containers. So don't feel bad if you're in all of them, because you are not alone. I do want to point out though, okay, These are symptoms. So each of these containers, everything that's inside of these containers are symptoms. And there's actually an underlying root. There's a cause for each of these things. And the symptoms are not the thing that, like, they're not the reason you're unable to scale your business. So that's all I got today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if I can answer any questions for you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.